guys, I decided to do homemade breathing masks. I know that the masks are primarily for people who are sick so that they don't infect us. Thank God for my grandmother and all her materials that she bought when she was still alive. She has like so much. So I was able to go around and literally, guys, I was like, what are the chances that she has elastic, like, you know, stretchy stuff? She has so much of it. So when I found it, I was like, my whole thing was, if I don't find it, then I won't do it. But if I do find it, I'm gonna do it. So now I'm doing it. I'm making my own face masks for myself and my 2 aunts and uncle, just so that it's like a safety thing, you know, if we do need it. And I'm going to show you the whole process on how it's done. Hopefully I can actually do it properly and that it won't come out too weird, because, you know, I'm just not really measuring. I'm kind of just winging it. I'm hoping that I am able to create something. Hoping. I mean, I've got a box full of thread, a needle, I've got elastic, cool funky materials which I'm going to show you now. These are the materials that I found. I thought this one was like really pretty. It's such a pretty print. I do just a plain black one. And then I found this one. It's a real like 80s kind of, well, not 80s, but like definitely an old kind of style. So my gran had a whole bunch of other stuff. I am currently cutting my squares. So you need like squares of breathable like cotton material. Busy creating the inner pieces, which you're apparently going to fold and then you're going to cut. I have to watch the video to do that. I'm going to measure out the color pieces so that then I can start sewing. So these are a little bit skew, but we're essentially going to sew them all up, so it doesn't matter if it's skew or like rough on the edges. You're gonna sew it all up and make it look all pretty. Just make sure that it covers the face. I think I made them a little bit large, but rather have them big than too small, I think. This is such a pretty piece of fabric, so I don't want to ruin it completely. So I'm going to treat it really nicely. I just want to measure it. I'm just going to measure the amount that I need. So basically, remember, this is just estimates, and I'm obviously leaving a little bit of space because of sewing purposes. So I'm just going to make a mark. So pretty. Imagine this is like a face mask, like that'd be kind of cool, you know, looking all badass and stuff. So I think from now we have to like fold it so it like makes like a nose bridge, and then sew it again, and then sew it again like that, so it eventually look like a face mask, hopefully, when I'm done. I think I've cut this piece too big. I think it's only supposed to be half, you know, because then it will be the outer layer of that half. So I just need to double check that and see. I think they're really big masks. I think this is too big. Maybe I should make it a little bit smaller, like that. I would have to cut off about that much, because right now it's way over the face. Now I'm measuring. Imagine that. Now Alicia measures. What a champion. She finally learned how to use a ruler. In the video it looked more rectangular than what I had it, and mine are more square, so I think this will even the playing field. Do that with all of these. colors for my different masks, you know, just because I feel like it. So I'm gonna do light blue because it goes with this flower over here, so it'll make it look a little bit pretty. And I decided to do 2 black masks. I'm gonna give her purple just because it's a pretty girly color. Then for my uncle, I will be doing a blue one as well. For me, I know this seems like a weird pattern, but I feel like it would look really cool as a mask. So I'm doing this old school one, and I decided to use yellow because why not? I have two different elastics here. I have one which is quite thick, or this one which is quite thin, which I might use, might be better, but we'll see how it goes. Guys, fun fact, this is from South Africa. I think it cost 39 cents. When my grandparents moved over to Portugal, they brought a whole bunch of stuff with them, and so my gran, she loved to sew and she made a lot of things, and so she always had this thing. So it's kind of cool that she had all of this, because now I get to use it and do something good with it. I'm going to start with the outer layer first, so because you're essentially going to fold that in half. They took theirs and they folded it in like half like that. They said mark 1.5 centimeters from the side. Shout out to Blue Sky, who's not sponsoring this, but they are pretty good internet service providers. You have to mark 3 centimeters from the edge. You got to join these two guys. Oh, you got to join the edge. I don't think my long lines are necessary. I think they just need to be like small little markers. But anyway, your right angle. Doesn't say how steep you go, but I don't do like a. Now I'm going to sew. Do not judge my sewing skills. I normally just like eyeball it. I've sewn my mask together. It's got its little pouch for my nose. And then that'll probably be what it looks like afterwards. It's very pointy. Now the next step is to cut along the lines of where I've sewn. Never in a million years that I think I would ever make my own mask. You gotta cut along the diagonal line. So when we open it, we're gonna sew all the pieces together like along here, and then we're gonna leave the one side open. I finished cutting this and sewing it. It took the longest time to do that. Too thick. I think I've done a double layer instead of just doing like one layer. But for the others, I will just make sure that I do it correctly. It doesn't need to be very big, just like a little stretch. So I'm thinking about this long. It's what, like, so about 12, maybe 10 centimeters. So they put it like that. So you gotta sew the elastic on so that I think this might be a bit too small. Okay guys, so I've done my elastic part. Let me see if it fits on my face. It's too big. Oh Lord have mercy. It's too big. This is why they say you should measure things. But no. Hi guys. So I didn't finish my mask. It got really complicated because there is like 4 layers. And so it's not that it's complicated, it's just that I'm gonna have to sit and sew these edges so that they all align, and that might take a while. I'm not giving up on it, but I have decided to start on one of the other masks. Hopefully it works out. I'd like to show you an end product at the end of this whole thing. And then you have a black mask. And then you can smell your own breath. I'm in day 2 of making my own face masks. This is my first completed one. It kind of funny. I can't believe I've actually made one, but here is my face mask. It fits weird on my face, so when I put it on, it does look a little strange, but I think for the job, it works quite well. I get confused which way is up and down, so I feel like I might draw like arrows like up, down, because so this is the one way, is like this, and I think it fits better this way, but then like it falls, and it's difficult to talk, and a little bit difficult to breathe. This is the black one that I've started with the blue thread. I have just one side left to go, and then I'm supposed to turn it inside out. I think I've done this all wrong. We're about to discover. See, but then it's supposed to be hidden, so maybe it does work out. I don't know. I'm a complete clown. When I was sewing in the one side, what I should have done was keep the elastic on the outside, but I didn't. So now my elastic is stuck on the inside. Look, the mask doesn't look bad. It's a little small. I'll admit, it's a little too small. Like, unstitch my elastic. It's stuck in there, so it's going great. Also, there's a caterpillar on my table. I don't know how it got there. I didn't bring anything that would bring a caterpillar into the house, so I'm gonna go deal with that. I started sewing the second black mask, and it came out okay. It actually is not too bad. They're all really pointy, which is awkward, but they seem to, like, this one is like the right. I put it on, it covers the nose, it covers the chin. I'm gonna sew the other end. Other than the really pointy bit over here, it's really not that bad. It's actually kind of cool, guys, I won't lie. I'm gonna soak these, and then I'm gonna at least have like a mask. And that is the end of this week's episode. It's a little bit weird. We're in quarantine and we're all dealing with this coronavirus, so I thought maybe this might be an interesting source of entertainment. Is literally Alicia taking the time to practice her sewing skills. If you want to follow me on my social media, go to Alicia Camacho _official. Like, sharing, and subscribing this episode. Remember, please don't forget, you are awesome, you are great, and you are loved.